It's time for high school hockey on Up North Hockey. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Rink Sports Grill, Iron Range Apparel, Minnesota Twist Drill, G&B Environmental, Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, Winnie Trading Post, and 90 Degree Media. Tonight's game features the 7-3-2 Warroad Warriors and the 8-1 Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this presentation of high school hockey on Up North Hockey. My name is Blake Mortensen. Joining me is Eric Johns for this matchup between the Warriors and Thunderhawks from the IRA Civic Center. Eric, how's it going today?
It's going great. We had a great JV game. Watched Warroad JV play last night against Virginia. They played really well. Grand Rapids come out tonight. Grand Rapids came out flying. They had 12 shots in the first 5 minutes of that game. They were playing really, really good. They got on board right, in the game. Eli Roloff made a really, really nice play. Owen Glenn got the first goal of the game. Eli Roloff had a great game. I believe he had 2 goals, 2 assists, worked really hard. The team played well. The goalie for Grand Rapids, he played well too. He made a bunch of good saves. So, I don't know. I think we're in for a really good game this afternoon. I think Warroad probably, in my opinion, Blake, we had talked about it. I feel that Warroad has not played against a defensive core like they're about ready to see right now. This Grand Rapids core defenseman, I think they're probably one of the best in the state. They've got Jack Peart, who leads them, which I wholeheartedly think Jack is probably one of the best defensemen in the state of Minnesota for controlling a hockey game. And his smarts of how he scores a goal and how unselfish he is. He's looking to get that pass to set up something pretty. And to slow the game down when it gets out of control, how he can slow it down and kind of bring the other team into his level, which that's huge. And I'm sure every single hockey player on this team looks up to him. I was just talking to a couple different people, and they said how good this team gets along with each other. That's another key thing. And so I'm looking forward to a great hockey game, Blake.
Step aside here, play our sponsor ads. The Zambonis are out after warm-ups. We'll be back for senior night from the IRA Civic Center. That's senior night, so they'll do that ceremony before the game. Then we'll have the starting lineups, national anthem, and opening puck drop from the IRA Civic Center. You're watching high school hockey on Up North Hockey. Warroad versus Grand Rapids coming your way next. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram or shop online at ironrange.shop, and good luck to all the players. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey and wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. For all your heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration needs in the Grand Rapids area, call Tony from Anthony's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration at 218-256-1092 or find them on Facebook at Anthony's Heating, AC and Refrigeration, LLC. G&B Environmental specializes in proactive air and water filtration services, HVAC coil protection, cottonwood screen insulation for cooling units, UV light air purification systems, and electrostatic disinfectant spraying for COVID-19 and other contagions. Give them a call at 1-800-466-2018 or visit gbenvironmental.com. Winnie Trading Post is your one-stop shop on the way to the lake. Located 12 miles north of Deer River on Highway 46 by Lake Winnebagosh, Winnie Trading Post offers gas, food, bait, propane, and everything in between. Find them on Facebook by searching Winnie Trading Post or stop by on your next trip to the lake. All right, we're here with Warroad head coach Jay Hardwick. Coach, big win last night against Virginia, 8-0 victory. Talk about that.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. I thought we were hungry on the puck. I thought we forechecked well. Didn't give Virginia much time and space to do anything. It was tough for them to get it out of the zone and create any offense. I was happy with the way we played. How we were working hard and doing the right things.
So, how do you feel about the season so far? From the games you played, and then within Section 8A.
It's been good. We've had a lot of close games. We've had I think 4 or 5 overtime games. We've lost a couple. We've got a couple ties in there. So it's never easy, but I think it's been good because those games are good for us because you're going to see games like that down the stretch in playoffs. So it's nice to play in those games, and hopefully guys learn from it. And I've told them that after we lost the Rosal game in overtime, I said we're in all these games. It's just we have to find a way to get over the hump and find a way to win these games.
So before the season, how hard was it to interact with your players because you couldn't really be together? And was there a lot of pond hockey up in Warroad?
Yeah, that was one good thing about being in Warroad where it's cold enough. There was a lot of outdoor ice available. A lot of people had rinks built rinks this winter that maybe haven't in the past. So, I wasn't so much worried about, the kids skating because they were finding places to skate. But it's just, I think it was tough on everyone, me included, just not being able to go to the rink every day, not being able to interact like we usually do. And, I think that a lot of people miss that part of it, just the being around their friends and the routine that we get into. So I think that was tough, but it was very good. Once we started, I think I thought we started very well, and I think the part of that is everyone was just so excited to get going.
So Grand Rapids coming up this afternoon. Tough matchup coming up.
Yeah. Obviously, Grand Rapids is one of the top teams in the state. They have a lot of exceptional hockey players on their team. It's going to be a great test for us. But I like those games. When you play the Grand Rapids and the Rosos and the East Grand Forks and teams like that, it makes you better. It shows you kind of where you're at and what you need to work on. And so I like these games. And I'm just hoping that we come out and play hard and give it our best shot.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the IRA Civic Center. Once again, it's senior night, or senior afternoon, here for the Grand Rapids hockey team. Lots of special seniors here in this group, most notably the senior number 23, St. Cloud State commit Jack Peart.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's been the backbone of this team for the last 3 years. Every year getting stronger and stronger. This year we're just glad to have him back. Grand Rapids, the players, everybody, the town, the community, glad to have him back because, honestly, with the COVID and the pandemic happening, him went out and played with the Fargo Force. Nobody knew if he's going to come back. Maybe he might have known, and maybe his family might have known. But for him to come back, I think that shows his dedication, his friendship, what it means to a team, and going to be awesome. There's other ones. You got John Bonner. Ben Bonner. These are seniors that Braden Holcomb. there's just so many seniors that have literally just donated to this team for the last 2 years. So we're about ready to see them. I think it's going to be good. They're going to introduce the seniors right now with their parents. And the parents, I give a shout out to every one of their parents. Parents are the backbone behind these kids who are the backbone behind their team.
So the first senior is number 4, Ben Bonner. Of course, his twin brother, John Bonner, number 7. He's also a senior. Like we mentioned on Thursday night, John Bonner just committed to St. Scholastica to play football.
I think that's excellent. He is a gentleman. I'm telling you, one of the most class act young men I've ever met. Great athlete. It's fun. I played hockey with their dad, and to see what these two brothers have done, and John be a football player, a hockey player, and a track star. I wish him the best of luck. Lucky mom, she gets 2 flowers out of this deal.
Yep.
It's a pretty special moment for the Bonner family right there.
Next is number 11, Wade House. Wade, if you would skate over to the announcer table, please.
This one is senior forward, number 11, Wade Browse. Said he's going to go to Itasca Community College after this year, then go to a 4-year college, and then they said he's going to go into the United States Navy.
Excellent choice. Young, another kid, great track star. It's really good to see this. This was our junior varsity goalie tonight.
Justin Kane, number 1. And the announcer said he's going to go to ICC as well, Itasca Community College.
Great college.
Now we have Wyatt Holcomb, number 8. Now Braden Holcomb, number 9. The announcer said Holcomb wants to go to college and study physical therapy. Now number 22, Blake Henriksen. Favorite hockey memory, all the tournaments in Roseau.
There you go. Great. That's good. I think we could have our own senior night hockey hair here, the way these kids are treating some of their hair.
Now Jack Peart, number 23. Everyone knows where he's going. Probably next year playing for St. Cloud State. He's played a lot of junior hockey. So he's probably going to go to St. Cloud State next year, I would say, to play hockey.
Yeah, I think that he's going to be really well there. Like I said, man, he's got better every year. He's just going to go down there and learn. He's going to step right in, and he's going to be a dominant force on their St. Cloud team.
Now Hunter Bischoff, number 12, another senior, one of the captains as well. Hunter Bischoff, a great kid, smart kid. He does very good in school, and he's having himself a very good season here so far for the Thunderhawks in his senior season.
Yeah, another kid's played a lot of juniors, a lot of elite leagues, should I say. Constantly playing hockey, skating all the time. He's got a younger sister that is an amazing hockey player for the Grand Rapids Greenway girls as an 8th grader.
Then Wyatt Pilkington now, the goaltender. I believe he'll be back in the lineup here tonight, playing goalie. The next senior, Drew Kushel, he's the manager of this team. One thing I can say about Drew, he is a hard worker. He does a lot of stuff for this team, stats, cleans the equipment, jerseys. He's a hard worker, and he's going to be a big loss for this team, as the manager.
Huge loss, Maybe hopefully he's taught some of these other guys that are coming in behind him what needs to be done. But no, I know when I was up in the press box doing radio last year, he's getting us rosters. He's getting us all these different things that and then he's doing the filming for the varsity game too. So he's constantly busy and staying, good for him.
Another manager, Nick Langlois. Grand Rapids actually has 3 student managers. Like I said, Drew Kushel, Nick Langlois, he's a senior. And then the other manager, Jens Caldall. I don't know if he's a senior.
No, I think he's a junior this year. Pretty sure he's a junior this year.
Okay. Then we have the cheerleaders as well, taking part in the senior night.
I'd like to take this opportunity for everybody to give a big warm applause for all of your senior hockey players, managers, and cheerleaders. Thank you, everybody.
And that's going to conclude senior night, senior afternoon here from the IRA Civic Center. Good group of kids.
It is, and you know what? That's a big hit to this Grand Rapids hockey program to see them go. So much talent down there, and I'm not to take anything away from the underclassmen, the sophomores and the juniors that are coming up. It's going to be amazing next year. Hands down, team's going to be led in defenseman. Easton Young is going to lead this team next year in defense. I'm sure that the defense core that's there now, they're going to bring in. I'm sure Hayden Davis is going to step in next year, and Phil Avoid, he's getting better and better every game. Every year, it's just going to happen. These guys are going to start playing, hockey. I think they've learned so much from so much of the. And I'm not saying on the ice, Ian Blake, is gentlemen, John Bonner, Jack Peart, their leadership off the ice is a huge part of this Grand Rapids Thunderhawk hockey team. The football team for Bonner, excellent group of guys here. I just wish them all these seniors, I wish them the best of luck. And again, I will give a big congratulations to the parents who have the early birds getting up early in the morning, taking them, the travel time, the tournaments, favorite tournament, every Roseau tournament. Parents took them there to give them that every Roseau tournament. So, it's a great big effort from everybody, and I congratulate them all.
Talking about next season, Grand Rapids will still be very good. Losing Jack Peart, that's a huge loss, but there's going to be all kinds of players stepping up. They return basically their whole defensive core besides Jack Peart, and they return a lot of forwards as well. And then some players coming up from Bantams, Bauer Murphy, he might fill in for Jack Peart on defense as well. So, they have some players coming up that are going to help the team from the JV, from the Bantam team, and then players that are on the varsity team right now. I can see a lot of them stepping up.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. This team is 100% going to be good again next year. And you know what? Okay, Garrett Drotz, last year was a JV player, earned a few spots into the varsity. He is outstanding this year. He's emerged from that, that his sophomore year to his junior year as a great hockey player. And you're going to see more of that happening, of different players. And I just think that Grand Rapids is going to just be, good. I think Jack Parrott has taught his defense core a ton.
Coming into this game tonight, the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks have a record of 8-1. And for the Warroad Warriors, they have a record of 7-3-2, excuse me. Grand Rapids, the number 4 team in the state in Class AA in our Up North Hockey rankings, and Warroad, number 6 in Class A in our Up North Hockey rankings.
And we go talk about a little bit about Warroad here. This is Jay Hardwick, his 9th year of coaching this thing. So, and Warroad being in the state tournament last year had a devastating loss, but talking to Jay, they're looking to fight back to get in there. They got to fight to get to the state tournament, but I believe the way they're playing hockey, if it all comes together, they could do quite well in that Class A.
Now starting lineups for both teams, starting with the Warroad Warriors. Starting in net will be number 34, Jack Orchard. For Warroad, he comes into this game with a goals against average of 1.64 and a save percentage of .921, record of 5-3-1. Starting on defense is number 25, Eric Comstock. He has 4 assists on the season. On the other defense, number 5, Blake Norris. He has 7 goals, 15 assists for 22 points this season. Starting at the first wing, number 17, Jason Shagabe. And he has 16 goals, 20 assists for 36 points. The other wing, Anthony Foster, 12 goals, 7 assists for 19 points. And starting at center, Seja Norwegian. He has 4 goals, 3 assists for 7 points. Probably more because I'm looking at the Virginia line sheet here that you gave me.
Yeah, no, they did. They added to their pad. You got Jason's stats right though. He had a hat trick last night. Got 2 assists.
I wrote down Shagabe's stats.
Yep, and
I didn't get Norwegian stats.
I know Sky Solik. He had himself a goal last night and an assist. Foster, he had himself a goal and 2 assists last night. Blake Norris had 2 assists, and he may even got one of those goals. They scored 8 times last night. So they got firepower on this number 1 line.
Now for Grand Rapids, starting in net will be Wyatt Pilkington. Pilkington comes into this game with a record of 7-1, goals against average of 1.13, and a save percentage of .934. Starting at the first defense is number 5, Easton Young, comes into this game with 4 goals and 2 assists. At the other defense, number 23, Jack Peart, 3 goals, 13 assists for 16 points. At left wing, Braden Holcomb with 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. At center, number 10, Joey Del Greco, 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points. And the right wing, Hunter Bischoff with 8 goals, 8 assists for 16 points on the season.
Please join in singing with me, Our National
Well, a powerful national anthem there. I think it was a little too loud, but, he did a good job.
It probably wouldn't be that loud if this place was packed.
Yep.
It echoes off this building pretty good. He did a good job. I believe that John Belkis is who just sang that song. He is the new one of the new KOZY J105 analysts for basketball this year, announcers. So good job to him. I could never get up and do that, Blake. I know the national anthem, but I know I'd forget every word in it as I started singing it. And so good job to him. You'd said once before when the national anthem to get played in Bemidji, somebody should have sang it. I'd have probably gave you $20 if you'd have got up and sang it.
Thought about doing it before. I do PA announcing here and there sometimes during youth games, and I've thought about doing it before, but
I think it's tough. I think it would be for me.
It would be, yes.
We can do the radio, but singing might be different.
Warroad's coming off a win over Virginia last night, 8-0. Shots on goal were 36-7 in favor of the Warriors. Jason Shagabe with the hat trick in that game. He also added 2 assists. And for Grand Rapids in their last game, they defeated Moorhead 3-1. Shots on goal in that game were 25-13 in favor of Grand Rapids. Once again, Grand Rapids 8-1 on the season. Warroad 7-3-2. Grand Rapids, the number 4 team in Class AA versus Warroad, the number 6 team in Class A, just about ready for the puck drop from the IRA Civic Center. Teams are lined up. It's Joey Del Greco for Grand Rapids and Seja Norwegian. And boom! The puck has dropped from the IRA Civic Center. High school hockey on Up North Hockey is in the air. Back in the Grand Rapids zone, here's Peart. Goes over to the near corner now. Finds Del Greco in the pass. Del Greco through center ice. Gets it taken away by Shagabe now. Shagabe sends it all the way down in the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Peart going to pick it up now. Peart loses it now. Squirts over to Easton Young on the far side. Up to Del Greco. Now Braden Holcomb. Drop pass to Del Greco. Del Greco driving in. Grand Rapids is offside, though. Kind of a late whistle for the offside. Stoppage of play.
4-second late whistle.
Yeah.
But, how do you like the way the start of the game is right there is Warroad put 2 guys on Jack Peart immediately. And they may do that all game long.
Face off in the neutral zone. Along the far sideboards now. Stirl trying to shoot it in. Now back in the Warroad zone. Carson Reed sends it through neutral. Back in the Grand Rapids zone now. Here's Justin Kerr going to pick it up. Up to Stirl. Now back in the Warroad zone. Now Stirl over to Morquay. Shot in by Morquay. Now back behind the net in the Warroad zone. Penalty coming up on Grand Rapids here. Warroad will have a power play early in this first period. 15:47 remaining in period 1.
And that penalty right there by Hayden DeMars, I think a couple of times so far this year, in his aggression, the way he skates with the stick and the high in the hand. He's got lucky he hasn't got that penalty earlier this year, but this referee caught it this time, so Grand Rapids is going to have to stay out of the penalty box.
Warroad on the power play this season. They have a 38% power play, and for Grand Rapids on the penalty kill, they have an 81% penalty kill. Hayden DeMars in the box for 2 minutes for Grand Rapids. Warroad power play unit out. Another whistle here. I believe it was offside.
They called it offsides.
Yep.
I don't know. That was another pretty weird offside, but well, things have calmed down here. Minute 28 into the game. Hopefully things calm down here, and we get a good flow to this game.
Face off in the neutral zone. Warroad power play just getting underway. Now back in the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Peart. Sends it to neutral. Now Warroad retreats back with it. Here's Carson Reed. Reed skates all the way back. Still with it. Now up to number 19, Anthony Foster. Now the Grand Rapids zone. Shot all the way back down by Jack Peart. Takes a weird bounce. Looks like it hit a player in one of the benches or something. And we have a stoppage of play, 15:05 remaining in period 1, a minute 18 remaining on the power play for Warroad.
You know, last night in the game in Virginia, I watched when Virginia had a power play. If they can't dump the puck and chase it, they'll go back in their zone. They'll relax. They'd rather come into their zone full bore than have to dump and chase.
One back by Norwegian, or Shagabe, excuse me. Back up at the point. Over to Reed. Now down to the far corner. Back up to the point. Here's Blake Norris. Norris shot right on. Save Pilkington. Minute 02 remaining on the power play for Warroad. And 14:48 remaining in period 1.
Good defense by Grand Rapids there to clear a spot. So when Norris came in, he was able to, Pilkington had it, just him and Norris there. He was able to see the puck all the way into the shot.
Last year when these two teams met up at the Warroad Garden, shot there by the Warriors, it was a 3-2 victory for Warroad over Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids looking to win this one this year, get revenge on the Warriors. Yeah, I remember that last year. Grand Rapids won 2 big games against Benilde St. Margaret's and Minnetonka. They're kind of riding their high horse after those 2 wins to start the season. Then they went up to Roseau and Warroad and lost both of those games.
You're right. I did both the Benilde game and the Minnetonka game on the radio with Sheldon. And when they went to Warroad, I knew Warroad was good, but I figured Grand Rapids was going to play well and lose that loss. I think that was a big loss.
Back in the Warroad zone. Del Greco trying to pick it up. 10 seconds remaining on the power play for the Warriors. Here's Del Greco now. Up to the point to Sam Sturl. Can't hold the blue line. Sent all the way in by Grand Rapids. DeMar's back on the ice. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here at the IRA Civic Center. Puck in neutral. Now back in the Warroad zone. It's going to be carried up by Todd Powassan. Now deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Morquay. Morquay finds Hunter Bischoff on the pass. Bischoff sends it to the net, goes wide, hit a stick and deflected wide. Now along the backboards, sent out front. Trying to find Brose there at the pass. Play still in the Warroad zone, now deep in the zone. Along the backboards. Over to the far corner now. Picked up by Luke Erickson. Erickson trying to flip it out, kept in by Henry Sturl. Comes Warroad the other way. Luke Johnson now makes a move, going to the net, shot right on. Covered up quickly by Pilkington. Stoppage of play with 12:50 remaining in period 1.
That was a nice play by Luke Johnson. He was the only one out there. He kept the puck and he brought it in the zone. The 4 other Warroad players were getting a change right there. So he came in. He was pushed off to the side, but he was able to use the speed and get around and get a nice shot on Pilkington still.
Like we mentioned, the leading scorers for Grand Rapids, Jack Peart, Hunter Bischoff, and Joey Del Greco. Right behind them 3 players with 9 points is junior Garrett Drotz.
Yes, Garrett Drotz has played excellent hockey this year. That's why I said next year he's going to be one of the leaders for this team.
For sure. You know, they lose, Jack Peart on defense, then a few forwards as well. A lot of senior forwards. Del Greco's coming back as well. But Garrett Drotz, 5 goals, 4 assists for 9 points on the season.
Yeah, you're right. They're going to look to Drotz, Kerr, and DeMars to step it up next year.
Yep. Shot there by number 17, Garrett Drotz. On net, saved there by the goaltender, Jack Orchard. Now here comes Warroad the other way. Broken up by Peart. Peart's going to skate up with it now. Makes a move now through center ice. Over to Drotz. Now out front, trying to give it back to Peart. Can't connect. Here's Shagabe now. Shagabe finds number 5. Blake Norris. Breakaway. Shot. Rebound chance. Still loose. Wraparound. Doesn't go in. Wow. Big save. Couple saves there for Wyatt Pilkington. Big opportunity for Warroad. Play at center ice. Brought up by Comstock. There's a shot there. Now in the near corner. Back behind the net. Here's Young. Trying to pass it up. Bischoff trying to tip it out. Unable to. Now Peart. Up to Holcomb. Holcomb backhands it out. Trying to find Del Greco. Can't connect. Now in the Warroad zone. Brought out by Shagabe. Or that was Carson Reed. Still in the Warroad zone. There's a battle for it along the half wall on the near side. Shagaway comes away with it now. Shagaway through center ice. Over to Foster. Shot towards the net. Poke checked by the goaltender Pilkington. Puck hits the netting. First stoppage of play.
You know, that play where they come in on Pilkington, Blake, I'm on the line, and I don't know, it's a couple times today. That was a borderline offside. But it plays on. Grand Rapids played well. They got the puck out. They were getting tired, but again, they be able to control the puck to get it down to the zone. Now we got a face-off.
Head coach of the Warriors, Jay Harwick, in his 8th season as the head coach of the Warriors. He was the assistant coach for 1 year before he became the head coach. And his first high school state tournament appearance as the head coach of Warroad was last season. Warroad made the state tournament, and they lost to Matamidi in the semifinals 5-1, and they won 4th place last year in Class A. Comes Warroad. Can't get a shot on net there. Of course, Wade Chido in his 2nd season behind the bench for Grand Rapids. Coached at Bemidji for about 8 years. Here comes Henry Sturl up the ice. Now he loses it. It's brought up by number 9, Luke Johnson. Here comes Grand Rapids, tipped in by DeMars. Along the backboards now coming in to pick it up is Carson Reed. Grand Rapids comes away with it now. DeMars trying to center it, kept in by Peart at the point. Shot hits the skate of number 18, Matt Hard. Now in the Grand Rapids zone. Grand Rapids trying to drive it out. Tipped in by the Warriors. Here's Peart over to Young. Now up to neutral to Garrett Drott. Over to Justin Kirsch. Shot right on. And a save there for the goaltender Orchard.
We got a few whistles in this game, Blake, but there is some fast-paced hockey going on right now. Definitely fast-paced hockey going on right now.
Shots on goal 6-2 in favor of Warroad so far.
Yeah, I see it. You know, that was their second shot. That was a shot far out for Grand Rapids. Warroad's kind of had the better scoring chances, including 2 breakaways.
But the point, Young keeps it in. Shot there. Another glove save for the goaltender Orchard. Stoppage of play once again. 9:27 remaining in period 1.
You know, the one thing I've seen, and I like to see it, and we know he's going to play well, Jack Peart, even though they're playing Warroad and they're really fast. When Grand Rapids got flustered, Jack stays nice, cool, and calm, and was able to control the puck and, you know, get it out. So that, you know, that's what I like to see from him.
At the point, Peart with it. Across the blue line to Young. Shot, pad save by Orchard. Now along the backboards, a battle for it. Holcomb comes away with it. Up to the point, Peart keeps it in. Peart still with it now on the far side, driving to the net. Shot right on. Another save for Orchard. Grand Rapids starting to turn it on now.
Yeah, you know, that did you right there, just the poise of Jack not to throw the puck in, but to be able to keep it and get around the defender at the blue line and walk around and go to the half boards and still come to the slot and get a good shot.
Face off to the left of goaltender Orchard in the Warroad zone. On the far side now, Shagaway trying to pick it up, tipped away by Easton Young. Easton Young now playing deep in the zone. Now he skates back to the blue line. Here's Holcomb up to Peart at the point. Now down to Del Greco, can't connect on the pass. Puck wraps around the boards over to the far side now. Here's Holcomb. Back to the other side now, over to Del Greco along the half wall. Del Greco shoots it across ice to the far corner. Now battle for it along the backboards. Warroad comes away with it. Here's Comstock. Penalty coming up, hooking penalty on the Warroad Warriors, I believe. No, Grand Rapids once again. That's Braden Holcomb heading to the box. This will be Warroad's second power play of the game.
Yeah, you're right. You know what it is, too, is Warroad's got so much speed that they get caught. I don't think they try to do it. I think sticks just get caught in different places, and you know, it wasn't a deliberate hook. It just happened to be that's where the stick was.
Hook's a hook.
I don't believe you, Blake.
Back in the Warroad zone. Here's Comstock. Comstock with it. Over to Luke Johnson. Johnson gets knocked off the play. Now back to neutral into the Warroad zone. Over on the far side now going in to pick it up is Powison. Powison still with it. Up to Johnson. Johnson drives in, shoots it over to the far side. Sent up the boards by Sturl along the half wall. Kept in by Blake Norris at the point. Over to Luke Erickson now. Now Norris can't keep it in. He will keep it in now. Thought Grand Rapids was going to tip it out there. Now back up at the point, Norris. And they score! Warroad, power play goal to make it 1-0. 7:25 remaining in period 1.
Grand Rapids was getting ready to take another penalty right there.
They're still going to have a penalty.
Why are they?
Because they're in the box right now. That one's going to cancel out. Another penalty on Grand Rapids. It's going to be 5-on-4 for another 2 minutes.
And it should be, I think Sam Sturl is going to go to the penalty box for Grand Rapids. They were going to call it on him, and they'll probably come talk to him now. You're probably completely right on that. But what was going to happen is instead of Sam getting back in the play, he was kind of arguing with the referee, telling the referee he didn't do nothing. And I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to go down. But he didn't get back in the play, and not saying because the shot came from out. I'm sure it looked like a clean shot into the net. Oh. Yeah, I'm really convinced. Bonner wasn't even on the ice. Unless.
I don't know what the call was for the penalty. Time of the goal is 9:35 of the first period. Goal for Warroad to make it 1-0. Scoring the goal is number 5, Blake Norris. Single assist going to number 8, Sky Solig. Time of that goal was 9:35 of the first period of play. Another penalty coming up here, tripping penalty, this time on Warroad's number 39, Seja Norwegian. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 1:37, and then a short power play for Grand Rapids.
If I heard that right, they're listing the penalty on number 4, Ben Bonner, 2 minutes for interference. We'll take it.
So 7:01 remaining in period 1. 4-on-4 hockey now for 1:37. Warroad with a 1-0 lead. Down to Del Greco. Now up at the point to Young. Across the blue line to Peart. Shot. Can't get it through traffic. Rebound for Del Greco. Can't get it on net. Young. Down to the backboards. Del Greco down in the far corner. Up the half wall. Back to Young. Now to Bischoff trying to pick it up. He will in the far corner. Now a battle for it. Del Greco comes in and picks it up. Skating around with on the near side now. Del Greco. And Peart cannot keep it in. Puck goes to the neutral zone. Peart back up to Del Greco. Now to Bischoff out front. Shot there. Can't get it on net. Play back at neutral. Here's Foster. Young sends it behind the net. Comes out front. Shagabe with the shot there. That took a weird bounce there. Young was trying to send it behind the net. Took a weird bounce and went right in front.
And that was a beautiful save by Pelkington. He got the blocker up on that to keep it from going in the net. Wide open net for Shagabe.
Morquay at neutral. Shoots it in. Grand Rapids has to retreat. Comstock sends it out to neutral now. Here's Kerr. Back to Morquay. Now over to Sam Sturl. Trying to find a pass there. Intercepted by Comstock. Comstock in the far corner now. Behind the net, trying to send it out front. Intercepted by Justin Kerr. Grand Rapids back at full strength. They'll have a short 14-second power play here. Here's Sturl now. Driving to the net. Now up to the point to Morquay. Down to Holcomb, gets it poked away. Now sent out by Warroad. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey now. Norwegian comes on the ice. Here's the Mars. The Grand Rapids offensive zone. DeMars with it once again. Now trying to put a shot through. As a hit number 7, Luke Erickson comes to neutral. Now Bonner in the Warroad zone. In the near corner, Bonner picks it up now. Over to DeMars. DeMars still with it along the half wall on the near side. 4:26 remaining in period 1. 1-0 in favor of the Warroad Warriors. Shots on goal, 8-3 also in favor of Warroad. Here's Bonner now. Over to DeMars. Shot! I heard iron there.
Kid's still snake bitten. Still snake bitten. He's going to get his. You watch.
Young in the Grand Rapids zone. Trying to send it out. It will go out now. Warroad can't keep it in. And it's going to be shot right back in by number 6, Nelson Cole. Here's Peart now. Over to Young. Now up to Del Greco. And Hunter Bischoff will send it in deep in the zone. Warroad comes away with it, sent behind the net by Hard. Now along the far half wall. Up at the point, kept in by Young. Puck out front and covered up by the goaltender, Jack Orchard.
Good hustle by Grand Rapids coming back. They gave up that goal on that power play. They were shorthanded, but they've come back. They're fighting. I still say Hayden DeMars still snake bit. Got the puck, nice shot. Hit some iron though. I heard it. Sounded to me like probably just caught the far pipe the way it come off the glass. So Grand Rapids just keep fighting. That's all they can do. Try to get back in this game. Full strength right now. Shots are 8-3 in favor of Warroad. 1-0 Warroad. 3:30 left in the first.
Here comes Shagabe for Warroad right off the faceoff. Shagabe driving in, gets it poked away by Peart. With Shagabe, you see it all the time. You see him going around players.
Yes.
Defensemen, but Peart, that was no problem for him.
No.
Very good defenseman versus a very good forward in Shagabe.
The one thing I noticed about Shagabe, he's always trying to stay open too. He's always moving. He doesn't just kind of sit himself still. He's always moving so he can stay open.
Yeah, if you stop when you're defending Shagabe, he's going to beat you. Shot there for the point by number 17 or 37, Carson Reed. Saved there by Pilkington. Stoppage of play with 3:09 remaining in period 1.
We finally started to settle down a little bit, getting a little bit of flow to the game. I think Grand Rapids is they're getting the puck in the Warroad zone. They're just not getting that clean shot opportunity. Warroad's kind of shutting them down, playing real tough defense themselves.
Grand Rapids will tip it out to neutral. Now back in the Grand Rapids zone. Now back to center ice now, over into the Warroad zone. Now Young has it in the neutral zone, shoots it all the way in. Going back to get it for the Warriors is Kotlowski. And now Shagabe will bring it out. He loses it now to Peart. Peart sends it up. Now intercepted by number 37, Carson Reed shoots it in. Stopped by Pilkington there. Peart. Up to Henry Sturl, can't bring it out. A shot there, nice play there by Easton Young using the body to block it. Now Bonner trying to pick it up the other way. And broken up by Comstock. Comstock up to Shagabe. Big hit there. Comstock out front, blocked away by Morquay. Now on the near side. Morquay once again. Behind the net, here's Sam Sturl. This has been a very physical start to this game.
I think Jason Shagabe felt that when Sam Sturl caught him nice and clean, nice big hit. Shagabe went to the bench and he sat himself down right away.
It's been a very intense hockey game so far.
It has. I like it. With
the penalties and the, everything else, Warroad scoring first, they still lead 1-0 with 1:35 remaining in period 1.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Blake.
You have a good crowd here tonight. Some more fans in here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I always get when a good game like this, you said there's excitement, adrenaline. I always get to the point that all of a sudden, boom, the period's over, and you're like, oh, you're bummed out. Good hockey, gone for that second.
Now the puck's going to go up and out of play into the netting. Stoppage of play with 1:15 remaining in period 1.
I would much rather see a hockey game like this, physical, good. This kind of reminds me of okay, here's the deal. Before Class Tier and Class AA came in, Warroad Warriors were they were equal. Everybody was equal, and the same thing. No different now. It's just a different classification. They still play the same hockey. Nothing's changed, and I just think it's a good physical, good afternoon hockey game going on right now.
In the Grand Rapids zone, here's Young. Up to Braden Holcomb. Going to find a pass there. Now Easton Young's going to dump it in. And we have 1 minute remaining in period number 1. Sorry about that. I put 2-0 Warroad on the comments here. Apologize about that. It's 1-0 Warroad. 45 seconds remaining in period 1. Like I said, 1-0 in favor of Warroad. Up at the point now. Peart trying to put a shot through, blocked away by Shagabe. Now out front, Holcomb can't get a shot in that. Now he finally does. Save there for Orchard. Now Shagabe is going to bring it in. Broken up by Peart. Here comes Peart the other way. Over to Bischoff, coming out with speed. Can't get to the net. Out front. Rebound chance. And they can't put it in. Couple saves there for Orchard. Late period storm there for the Thunderhawks. Couple shots. 7 seconds remaining. Easton Young's going to bring it up, dump it all the way down. Time's going to tick down. Puck behind the net, and that's going to do it for period number 1 from the IRA Civic Center. It's 1-0 in favor of Warroad versus Grand Rapids. We'll step aside here, play our sponsor ads, and we'll be back to break down the scoring and the first period here. Once again, 1-0 Warroad over Grand Rapids after 1 period of play. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram or shop online at ironrange.shop, and good luck to all the players. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey and wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. For all your heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration needs in the Grand Rapids area, call Tony from Anthony's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration at 218-256-1092 or find them on Facebook at Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, LLC. G&B Environmental specializes in proactive air and water filtration services, HVAC coil protection, cottonwood screen insulation for cooling units, UV light air purification systems, and electrostatic disinfectant spraying for COVID-19 and other contagions. Give them a call at 1-800-466-2018 or visit gbenvironmental.com. Winnie Trading Post is your one-stop shop on the way to the lake. Located 12 miles north of Deer River on Highway 46 by Lake Winnebagoche, Winnie Trading Post offers gas, food, bait, propane, and everything in between. Find them on Facebook by searching Winnie Trading Post or stop by on your next trip to the lake.
Back here at the IRA Civic Center, where the Warroad Warriors and Grand Rapids Thunderhawks on this Saturday afternoon matinee. They lead Grand Rapids 1-0 on a goal by Blake Norris. The assist on the goal was going to number 17, Jason Shagabe. It was a really good play. They had actually worked the puck down into the zone, and it actually was one of those ones where they were going to call a delayed penalty, and the guy who the delayed penalty was coming on, they didn't. They chose. He was arguing with the referee about it, and he kind of didn't get back in the play. And they come in and they scored. And I think Norris just had a nice clean shot from the slash marks on the face-off circle on the far boards. Beat Pelkington. I don't think he's seen it until it popped off the back of the net, but that was at the. I believe Blake had that written down at like the 13-minute mark. So Grand Rapids came back after that, got right back into what they needed to do, played quite well. Right at the end, it turned really intense right there at the end of the period. It's just one of those games that the excitement's here. We talked about it a minute ago, the excitement of how two good powerhouse teams, two really good teams, regardless if they're A and AA. I look at it as two teams before A and tier AA and tier any of those things existed. Just two really good hockey teams playing right now. Zambonis are just leaving the ice right now. Something I mentioned here, Jack Orchard, the goalie for Warroad, he's got a 5-3-1 record coming into this game. He had faced 189 shots this year, only allowing 15 goals. He's a solid goaltender for them. They've had some really close games this year. You know, some of the close games they had earlier in the season was, the Moorhead. They tied 1-1. They lost East Grand Forks 2-1, and then they North Dakota, another North Dakota team. I had it written down. I don't have it no more, but they lost that game. Here they lost to Grand Forks Red River 2-1 in overtime. Tied Moorhead 1-1 in overtime. Tied Grand Forks Central 2-2 in overtime. They had a big win over Roseau early in the year, but then they lost to Roseau in the rematch. They were up 2 goals. Roseau was up 2 goals. Warroad came back and scored 3 unanswered goals to be up 3-2. Roseau came back, tied it up, and eventually won the game 4-3. They went to their next game, got their legs back, kind of got back into action. They beat Crookston 10-1, and then last night, playing over at Virginia in the Miners Memorial Building, they beat Virginia 8-0. Jason Shagabe had a hat trick and 2 assists. Blake Norris had a goal and a couple assists. Foster had, I believe, a goal and 2 assists. So they had their powerhouse going. Kind of got their legs back in those 2 games after that tough game against Roseau. Now they're here in Grand Rapids, start of the second period. Shots only they're low shots for the type of game we got going on. Shots are 10-6 in favor of the Warroad Warriors. Both goalies playing well. Jack Peart playing a typical Jack Peart game, taking control when things get out of control and too much, kind of slowing the game down a little bit. And so some of this stuff is just typical good hockey. What a crowd. I'd have to say, since we were in here the last game against Moorhead, I'd probably have to say there's probably twice as many people in here as that game. And I know the numbers are down, but I believe that longer we go with this pandemic, and I think things are going to start to ease up a little bit more, it actually feels like a nice atmosphere, the good hockey game. It just feels like a really, really good place to be on a Saturday afternoon. It's a great game. The one thing I do notice, and just not counting today's game, but the Warroad Warriors have 63 goals in 12 hockey games. You know, that's some scoring power. And they've, 90, I think they said, now I got it tallied up, is 103 assists. That's, that's a lot. But, they've had a lot of shots. Their shots on net for a team, they've had shots this year. They've got 370 shots on net, not counting last night's 38 saves, I believe it was. They had 38 shots last night. That's over 400 shots in 12 hockey games, Blake.
Oh. A lot of those goals probably came in those matchups against Mariucci Conference teams. You mentioned they've scored a lot of goals in the Mariucci Conference. Warroad is 4-2-1. They have 9 points. Roseau leads the Mariucci Conference with 12 points. Warroad is right behind them with, like I said, 9 points. And within Section 8A, Warroad, they've done pretty well. Notable games for them: beat Thief River Falls 7-1 in their first game of the season. Also beat Roseau in their most recent matchup against the Rams, or the first matchup against the Rams,
yes,
6-3. And then the most recent one, they lost 4-3. They tied Moorhead 1-1. Tied Grand Forks Central. Tough team in Grand Forks, North Dakota there. Probably their best high school team, I would say. Also, Warroad's biggest competitor in Section 8A, obviously East Grand Forks. Played a tight game with them, lost 3-2 in game number 1. They play again coming up here in the next couple weeks.
On the 4th of March.
Okay.
That's going to be another big game for them.
Yeah, for sure.
And here's a small tidbit that I had to laugh with Jay Hardwick last night when I talked to him. I looked at his career. He played 4 seasons with the UMD Bulldogs.
Yep.
He only had 71 penalty minutes. He played 2 seasons with North Dakota with 2 different teams with the USHL. He had 95 penalty minutes. He kind of laughed. He goes, yeah, it was a little rougher back then. And I laughed because he's got a guy on his team right now that has 25 penalty minutes. And he said that number 25 for Warroad, he's got 25 penalty minutes this year. And he's the smallest guy on the ice.
Yeah.
But he's had 17 in one, and he's feisty, he can hit. He's had 17 in one game. It was pretty good.
Of course, Hardwick played for UMD from 2000 to 2004. He's really fun to talk to. Really nice guy. We appreciate his kindness to us. We did an interview with him. Maybe we could play that in between the second and third periods so more people could hear that interview. We are underway for the second period of play from the IRA Civic Center. It's 1-0 in favor of the Warroad Warriors. Once again, scoring that goal for Warroad. Shot there by Grand Rapids, Jack Pearce, saved by Orchard. Like I was going to say, scoring the goal is Blake Norris, number 5, and the single assist to number 8, Sky Solig. Time of the goal was 9:35 of the first period. Back in neutral, here's Del Greco, up to Holcomb. Flips it up. Now Warroad controls it. Now Foster trying to put a shot through there. Got blocked away by Grand Rapids. Foster still with it. Now back to Shagabe. Up to the point to Carson Reed. Reed sends it down to the backboards. Now here's Young to Bischoff. Now Grand Rapids will send it all the way down for an icing. Just getting underway for the second period of play. Minute 05 in.
Yeah, when you were gone there, I was talking about the atmosphere in here. It darn near feels like a regular hockey game. I mean, as intense as that was the last 3 minutes of that first period, the crowd was into it, the oohs and ahs. It's starting to feel good again, Blake. I hope we get back to normal soon.
And it doesn't get much better than this. 2 northern teams, Grand Rapids and Warroad, 2 powerhouse northern teams. Thunderhawks and Warriors, always a great matchup.
Yeah, most definitely. And I made the comment, too, that, regardless of single A or tier 2, Warroad is, I put them on the same class, the same page as any top 5 team in the state of Minnesota in a conversation.
In the Grand Rapids zone, a battle for it on the near side.
and I may not be talking about this year, Blake. I'm talking about just in hockey general.
Back in the early 2000s, for sure, when they had T.J. Oshie and Brock Nelson. And
yes.
Those were some very good teams. Over on the far side. Stoppage of play, another offside on Warroad there. Stoppage of play with 15:20 remaining in period 2.
Yeah, shots 10-7 right now. You know, I mean, I thought that had been a little more wide open in shooting, but there's been a lot more defense. We know that was going to happen. Warroad's playing excellent defense against Grand Rapids, too, not allowing them to get in the zone. They're pinched a little more, too.
Back in the Warroad zone. Here's Reed in the near corner. Reed gets tripped up now. They're going to call that a penalty on Garrett Drotz. It's going to be a 2-minute minor for tripping. Another power play for Warroad, their 4th power play of the game coming up.
Got to stay out of the penalty box. Got to. Cannot give this team any extra chances. This can't be done.
Well, we thank everyone for tuning in here this afternoon. If you're looking to donate money, we have a Venmo account, and it's Up North Hockey. Also, if you look on our website, upnorthhockey.com, we also have a PayPal account there where you could send money through there. Any and all donations would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, definitely. We definitely greatly appreciate it.
Out front, I thought the puck was going towards the net, but it's brought out by Peart. Up to Del Greco. Del Greco driving in, back behind the net now. Del Greco still with it. Now here's Blake Norris behind the net. Norris blocked away by Del Greco, sends it back to Bonner now. Bonner flips it up into the Warroad zone. Here's Carson Reed. Reed to Shagabe. Shagabe still with it. Now up along the half wall. Here's Reed. Now up at the point. Norris. Shot goes wide. It's the backboards. Now on the near side. Shagabe picks it up. Makes a move. Behind the net. On the far side now. Now across ice. Shagabe. Shot blocked away by Braden Holcomb. 45 seconds remaining on the power play for the Warroad Warriors. Now over on the far half wall. It's tipped in by Carson Reed. Sent all the way down by Grand Rapids. Going in to pick it up is Norris. Norris.
Blake Norris is a very good hockey player, too. That shot he just took right there, just a smart, very quick release.
Norris up through center ice. It's going to be backhanded in by Solig. Now Grand Rapids once again sends it all the way down. Only 10 seconds remaining on the power play for Grand Rapids. Here's Comstock. Sent all the way down by Warroad, and it goes down for an icing. That's going to do it for the Warroad power play. Only 2 seconds remaining on that.
Yeah, Grand Rapids did really well on that one. The one thing I liked is they kind of intercepted a couple times at their own blue line. They did let Warroad get set up a couple times. Warroad moved the puck well, but nothing was able to get in the inside. They tried to Shagabe had a nice shot, but it was deflected, never made it to the net.
Grand Rapids back at full strength now, back to 5-on-5 hockey. Warroad still leads 1-0 with 12:52 remaining in period 2. Here comes DeMars. Shot by Drotz, fires it over the net. Up at the point, another shot tipped by Kerr there. Nice little tip. Orchard there for the save for the Warriors. A big hit there, brought out by Comstock, now to neutral. Now shot towards the net by Johnson. Now we have a stoppage of play. Looks like the net went off. 12:25 remaining in period 2. Still 1-0 in favor of Warroad. Shots on goal 11-8, also in favor of the Warriors.
Yeah, Warroad's they're coming out there playing tough. I'm sure they've not seen a defense like Grand Rapids. I mean, the shots are 19 shots this total game. I thought that'd have been more, but good hockey, Blake.
Face off at the Grand Rapids zone. Peart picks it up now. Peart driving up with it. Backhands it over to Bonner, now through neutral. Peart comes in to pick it up now in the World zone. Out front! And Henry Sturl misses the net there. He had a point-blank shot. Missed it just to the right. Penalty coming up on Warroad now. It's going to be a high sticking penalty. Grand Rapids heading to their second power play of the game. Well, first full power play, actually. The first one they had was only for about 25 seconds. Grand Rapids on the power play this season. They have a 35% power play. And then for Warroad on the penalty kill this season, they have an 87% penalty kill.
You know, I want to say Wyatt Holcomb, great hustle today. His hustle created that. He drew that penalty, so nice job to Wyatt Holcomb.
Peart can't hold the blue line. Puck at neutral. Over to Peart now in front of the benches. Here's Holcomb now coming in to pick it up. Back over to Peart. Peart driving in. Up to Del Greco. Now across the blue line to Young. Peart. Over to Del Greco. Down to Holcomb. Out trying to center it out front to Bischoff. Sent all the way down by Warroad. Minute 30 remaining on the power play for Grand Rapids.
I like the way they set up. They had Easton Young sneaking in on the backside over there. That's kind of their bread and butter on some of these power plays.
Here's Del Greco over to Peart. Keeps it in. Now over to Young. Back up to Peart. Shot blocked away by Anthony Foster. Now on the far side. Peart's unable to keep it in. Now it's going to be picked up by Foster. Coming the other way. Coming up with speed. Shot right on there. Short-handed shot for the Warriors. Here's Peart. Deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Picking it up. Up to center ice to Bischoff. Bischoff gets it poked away by Powison. Now Del Greco trying to keep it in. He will keep it in. Now up to Holcomb. Holcomb sends it down to the near corner. Bischoff comes in to pick it up. Now up to Del Greco. Morquay now at the point. Over to Young. Shot right on. Glove save for the goaltender, Jack Orchard of Warroad.
See Jackson, he's not scared to use that stick to get the Grand Rapids, the offense guy out of the zone there. I think Hunter, if you watch that play, Hunter Bischoff kind of got himself a little close in there. I think, if he'd have stayed out and did a little more of a screening there, and maybe the puck he'd got a rebound out of that, but he just got in too close where the goalie was able to see the shot.
It's going to be shot all the way down by the Warriors, deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Only 28 seconds remaining on the power play for Grand Rapids. Here's Morquay. Morquay up through neutral, driving in with it now, shoots it around the boards, over to the near side. Up at the point, Sturl sends it across the blue line. Now here's Kerr. Up to Morquay, shot right on there. Save once again for Orchard. That's save number 10 for the senior netminder for Warroad. Morquay is a very good player.
Oh, man,
very
I was
good
just going to
defender.
say that a minute ago, Blake.
I'm very impressed with him. He has a dynamite of a shot. He's very physical, good skater. He has it all.
Strong on the skates.
Yes. And Drotz brings it in there, puts a shot, another save there for the goaltender Orchard. Now Morquay at the point. Shot tips. A tip there, goes wide. Warroad back at full strength, now back to 5-on-5 hockey with 9:54 remaining in period 2. Over on the far side. Now a battle for it. Warriors send it up the boards. Grand Rapids trying to keep it in, and they will. Here's Kerr. Trying to get a shot through. Set up by Warroad now to neutral. Here's Sturl. Shoots it down. Here's Comstock now in the World zone. Over to Powassan. Grand Rapids can't keep it in. Now we're going to have should have been a high stick there on Warroad. Now deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Bonner on the far side. A battle for it now. Now up at the point. Kotlowski keeps it in. Now here comes Grand Rapids. Up through neutral. Over to Bonner. Over on the far side now. As Sturl gets tripped up there. Up at the point, Young. Shot hits a stick of Hard. Goes to the far side. Now over to Bonner. Bonner can't handle it. Now he does pick it up. Up to Young. Shot there. Pad saved by Orchard. Now on the far side. Still in the World zone. Here's Wyatt Holcomb now out front. Easton Young shot. Fires it over the net. Holcomb up to Peart now at the point. Back over to Young. Young over to Holcomb. Now back up to Peart at the point. Shot wide of the net. Now Young with another shot, hits the pipe. Now Del Greco with a shot. And Orchard makes another save there. He's trying to glove it. He was unable to glove it, but it went wide in the net. Holcomb up to Peart at the point. Grand Rapids is buzzing right now. Trying to tie it up at one apiece as they trail 1-0. Peart. Shot deflects over the net. Del Greco up to Young. Young driving in. Shot blocked away by number 37, Carson Reed. And now here comes Reed the other way, trying to put a shot on there. Goes wide of the net. And Peart's going to send it up to Holcomb now. Back to Holcomb now in the Warroad zone. Backhand shot, rebound chance! And they can't stuff it in. Puck still loose. And Warroad comes away with it. Here's Shagabe. Stoppage of play. Looks like the net's off right now. 7:29 remaining in period 2. It is still 1-0 in favor of Warroad.
Grand Rapids just turned it up an extra notch, and I hope they can, keep that momentum up. They just got 5 shots in 2 minutes. I mean, good shots. Moving the puck well. It was 5-on-5, and they're moving the puck well. Warroad's still playing good defense. And, the one thing is I just like to see good hockey right now.
Here's the Bars in the Warroad zone. Trying to find Kerr, taken away by Norris. Now here's Norwegian for Warroad. Over to Anthony Foster. Shot gets blocked away by Grand Rapids. Now up at the point. Out in front of the net. Picked up by Kerr. 7 minutes remaining in period 2. Still 1-0 in favor of Warroad over Grand Rapids. Here's Drotz. Over to Kerr. Kerr's shot blocked away by Norris. And it's going to be flipped out by Shagabe. And Grand Rapids is offside. Stoppage of play with 6:44 remaining in period 2.
You got to be on it with the referee on that circumstance right there. It was one of them ones where it was so close and then off, so close. So great hockey, Blake. We're moving quick right now. This is typical good Minnesota Northern powerhouse hockey.
Warroad wins it back in their own zone. Here's Reed, sends it through neutral, all the way back in the Grand Rapids zone. Easton Young going back to pick it up, sends it up the sideboard, sent out by Holcomb. Now back in the Warroad zone, up to neutral. Now here's Sturl, Henry Sturl with it. He backhands it in on net. And covered up by the goaltender, Orchard.
I think that was an offside, but they covered it up, so they're discussing it right now. And why would the faceoff be there, though? It was offside here.
It's been a lot of confusing calls here tonight.
Just adds to our excitement, Blake.
Yep. Face off in the neutral zone, one back by Grand Rapids. Peart over to Young. Young shoots it in. Over on the far side, now in the corner. Bonner picks it up, finds Peart at the blue line. Shot right on, save Orchard. Now back over on the far side, going to pick it up is Solig. Now it leaves the zone. Here's Peart skating back with it. Peart through center ice now, trying to make a move, broken up by Solig. Now in front of the Grand Rapids bench. Now back to the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Peart. Over to Young, trying to find Bonner on the pass, can't connect, and it goes all the way down for an icing.
Yeah, that it was just kind of tried to get the spring the free man there, and it just couldn't happen. Peart to Young. Young tried to just get it up to the guy. He was tied up by one of the Warroad guys. So face off back in the Grand Rapids zone.
Shot in by number 12, Jack Kotlowski. Playing the Grand Rapids zone here. It's picked up by Holcomb. Holcomb flips it out. Now Bischoff trying to pick it up there. Puck goes on net, covered up by Orchard once again. Looking at shots on goal now. Grand Rapids leads in shots on goal, 16-12. but they still trail 1-0 to Warroad.
You know, like I said, the Grand Rapids turned up another notch 5 minutes ago, and they just have to keep it going. This team, Warroad team, the power that they got Blake Norris is an excellent, smart defenseman for the team. He controls the play. They got, Foster. Foster's great on the faceoffs today.
Foster brings it into the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Peart. Over on the far side, Peart still with it. Has pressure coming, now sends it behind the net over to Young. Young back over to the other side. He anticipated that Peart would be there, but he wasn't. Warroad has it, Norwegian up to the point. Shot there by number 5, Blake Norris. Glove save by Pilkington. Stoppage of play with 4:46 remaining in period 2.
You know, we had talked earlier, and the Pilkington had been out, missed last game. And maybe, I don't know what his practice situation was, but you got to remember, before last game against Moorhead, the Grand Rapids had not played since February 11th. So they had some practices in there. Maybe he got some in there. I'm not positive.
And puck out front there, covered up once again by Pilkington. Another break in the action. Another face-off coming up in the Grand Rapids zone. 4:39 remaining in period 2. 1-0 in favor of Warroad. Here's Young picking it up. Up to Kerr, sends it all the way down. Now back behind the Warroad net. Drotz tries to pick it up, taken away by Warroad's Norris. Now Grand Rapids can't hold the blue line there. And it's sent all the way in by Warroad. Here's Peart. Young will flip it off the glass. Puck goes through neutral. Now DeMars is going to intercept at the blue line along the half wall. DeMars gets it taken away now by number 19. Here comes Shagabe the other way. Out front, shot, scores! Number 8, Sky Solig makes it 2-0 in favor of Warroad with 3:52 remaining in period number 2.
Very quick turnaround for Warroad. Grand Rapids was moving the puck in the zone. Had a turnover. Came back in. Jason Shagabe, he got the puck. And instead of just shooting, I thought he was going to take a shot because he's got such a good shot. But he was poised enough, and he found Sky right out in the middle slot. Nice, quick one-timer. 2-0 Warroad. 3:52 left in the second period. Shots are 16-15 in favor of the Thunderhawks.
Scoring the goal is number 8, Sky Solig. With the first assist going to number 17, Jason Shagabe, and the second assist to number 19, Anthony Foster. Time of the goal was 13:08 of the second period. And that was a mistake by Grand Rapids. They coughed up the puck in their offensive zone. Shagabe took it away, or I think it was Foster took it away in the Warroad zone. They go down and score. Here's Del Greco driving to the net. Shot out front, can't get it on net. Morquay, another shot blocked away by Warroad, and the Warriors will send it all the way down for an icing.
All I can say is Grand Rapids has to keep doing what they're doing. They're playing good hockey. They're putting the pressure on them. They just have to continue to do what they do. The goalie for Warroad is playing amazing. I mean, he's made some good point-blank shots. In the last few games, I've seen more loose pucks laying in the blue crease area, and nobody can get a stick on it for all teams.
Yeah, if they keep this up, I mean, it's going to come. It's definitely going to come, but they just got to keep at it. Here's Peart at neutral, driving in with it now. Makes a move, sends it towards the net, goes wide. Now Holcomb controls on the near side, sends it behind the net. Here's Del Greco now. Del Greco. And now Warroad just about had a breakaway opportunity there, but number 2, Emmett Marvin could pick it up there. Now Grand Rapids will send it all the way in. Now Warroad once again is going to send it all the way down. Another icing here with 2:39 remaining in period 2.
Wade Chido, coach of Grand Rapids, he's keeping these shifts shorter. I talked about the 30-second shifts earlier. This Grand Rapids team has some speed, and right now I see Blaine Mortenson's getting his first shift out now, and he's stepping in and helping this second line. Just as everybody's got to pitch in right now.
Set behind the net. Warroad picks it up. Now Kerr picks it up. Up at the point to Sturl. Blocked away. Now Morkway is going to dump it in. On the far side now, over in the far corner. Mortensen trying to pick it up. A battle for it with Comstock. Kerr sends it wide of the net. Now here's Sturl on the other side. Shot. And a glove save there for the goaltender, Orchard. 2:12 remaining in period 2. 2-0 in favor of the Warroad Warriors.
And you said it a second ago, Blake. Grand Rapids just keep doing what they're doing. It's going to come. Here we go. Good right here. 30-second shift. Changing the defense in 30-second shift. Get these legs fresh. Top Warroad, they can't change right now, so Grand Rapids got to capitalize on this.
Eric, I can tell you one thing. I am very hungry right now.
You know what? I remembered I had a sub in the car, and I was going to eat it between the JB and the varsity, and I forgot. I couldn't figure out why I'm so hungry.
Oh. In the Warroad zone, sent up to neutral by the Warriors. Now Young is going to shoot it all the way in. Over to the far corner. Now Warroad's going to backhand it out in the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Peart with it. It would be huge for Grand Rapids if they could score a goal here. Another shot there, backhand shot by Anthony Foster. I was going to say, though, it'd be huge if Grand Rapids could score a goal here at the end of the second period.
Definitely.
Holcomb, shot right on. Glove save for Orchard.
The thing is all these shots are hitting the goalie. They're shooting at the goalie. I know it's easier said than done from standing up here watching the game, but these kids are talented hockey players. They need to start, instead of just turning and shooting it, get some of these shots to look for those open holes, because he plays out a little ways, so he takes away that, but when he gets back in his net, there are holes.
Face off in the Warroad zone to the left of goaltender Orchard. Over on the near side now, sent up by Warroad as it's tipped out by number 8, Sky Skolig. Soleg, I keep saying Skolig for some reason. Kept in by Warroad. And we have 1 minute remaining in period number 2. 2-0 in favor of the Warroad Warriors. Shots on goal, 19-15 in favor of Grand Rapids, the home team. Now back behind the net in the Warroad zone, sent up the boards. And it will go all the way down. That should have been an icing there.
Why would that not be icing? The Grand Rapids player was 20 feet from the puck.
Here's the Mars the other way. Out front and covered up by Orchard. I don't like voicing my frustration towards referees, but that definitely, that should have been an icing, 100%.
Yeah, he rung it around. It clearly... The Warroad player rung the puck all the way around. The referee, it went by him, and Rim Markway was the closest guy to it, and he was 20 feet away from the puck. Couldn't even get it if he tried. So it's over with now, though.
Yep. Face off to the right of Orchard in the Warroad zone. Young trying to keep it in. He will shoot it down to the near corner. Now back behind the net. Warroad comes away with it. Now up at the far point. Battle for it. Still in the Warroad zone. 8 seconds remaining. Now puck comes to neutral. One last chance for Shagabe coming down, trying to make a move. Hits the skate of Easton Young. And that's going to do it for period number 2 from the IRA Civic Center. It's the Warroad Warriors 2 and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks 0. We'll take a break here, player sponsor ads, and be back to break down this second period of play.
Definitely. What a good hockey game we got, Blake. We'll be back.
You're watching high school hockey on Up North Hockey. 2-0 in favor of the Warroad Warriors over Grand Rapids. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram or shop online at ironrange.shop, and good luck to all the players. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey and wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. For all your heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration needs in the Grand Rapids area, call Tony from Anthony's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration at 218-256-1092 or find them on Facebook at Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, LLC. G&B Environmental specializes in proactive air and water filtration services, HVAC coil protection, cottonwood screen insulation for cooling units, UV light air purification systems, and electrostatic disinfectant spraying for COVID-19 and other contagions. Give them a call at 1-800-466-2018 or visit gbenvironmental.com. Winnie Trading Post is your one-stop shop on the way to the lake. Located 12 miles north of Deer River on Highway 46 by Lake Winnebagosh, Winnie Trading Post offers gas, food, bait, propane, and everything in between. Find them on Facebook by searching Winnie Trading Post or stop by on your next trip to the lake. All right, welcome back to the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids. The ice has been resurfaced. We are in between our second and third periods, 2-0 in favor of Warroad over Grand Rapids. Just recapping the scoring from the second period of play. 1 goal for Warroad, scored by number 8, Sky Solig. First assist to number 17, Jason Shagabe. And the second assist to number 19, Anthony Foster. Time of that goal was 13:08 of the second period of play. Team should be back on the ice for the final period of play coming up here. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a very intense battle for the third period. We're in for a treat here, just looking at some other games around high school hockey here tonight. In boys high school hockey, 42 boys games today. Duluth Marshall, Cloquet, Lake of the Woods, International Falls, Hastings, Matamidi, Andover, Elk River, Section 7 AA, big matchup there. Greenway, Hermantown, rematch of the 2019 and 2018 Section Championship games in Section 7A. Hill Murray, Benilde St. Margaret's, Duluth East, St. Thomas Academy, Edina, Wayzata, and Rosemount, Lakeville South. And 24 girls high school hockey games here today. Moorhead, Minnetonka, International Falls, Moose Lake, Gentry Academy, Forest Lake, Wayzata, Eden Prairie, Cloquet, Carleton, and Pine City. And the World girls team takes on Wilmer today. It's Hockey Day in Minnesota today. It would have been Hockey Day in Minnesota down in Mankato. Would have had a couple games there, but they're still having the programming on Fox Sports North for Hockey Day in Minnesota. So we would like to wish all of you a happy Hockey Day in Minnesota.
Did you say Warroad was playing Wilmer? Warroad was playing Wilmer?
For girls hockey.
That's a long cruise between the two of them. Holy smokes.
I want to say I saw it was somewhere in the north of the Twin Cities, like northern part of the Twin Cities.
That's got to be a 6-hour drive.
I thought it was somewhere in like Elk River or something.
Wilmer's to the southwest of the cities.
But it's not in Wilmer, I don't think. I think it's in Elk River.
Oh, the game is.
Yep.
Gotcha. That makes sense. You know what? And here, we talked about this earlier. Grand Rapids, tough game. Played Moorhead the other day. Got Warroad. And look at this, Blake. They got Duluth East next week, Hermantown, Cloquet, Roseau, St. Cloud, Wayzata, and Denfield, which I was really surprised to see. Maybe not as surprised. Hermantown's that good. They handled Duluth Denfield quite well the other night, it looked like.
Yes, 9-3 victory for Hermantown over Duluth Denfield.
So, I just believe that I hope Grand Rapids keeps this momentum up. The leaders kind of lead and know what's going on. I'm sure Warroad's going to keep the hammer, down. They're going to play hard. So, I want to see a really good hockey game like we've seen so far. Shots are 22-15 in favor of Grand Rapids. 2-0 Warroad on some excellent hockey play. So, hopefully they're going to come back out with the Del Greco line to start this. Looks like some things that got changed up here. We got Drotz, Kerr, centered by Del Greco, with Pert and Young on the blue line.
Warroad wings it back. Third period underway from the IRA Civic Center. It's going to be sent all the way down by Warroad for an icing. Just getting underway for the third period of play. 2-0 in favor of Warroad. This is probably the toughest spot Grand Rapids has been in all season long. When they played Hermantown, I think it was a tied game going into the third period. I don't think they've trailed going into the third period all season long.
No, I think you're completely right. So this is a big test, like you said. Let's see where their character comes from right now.
Sent out by Warroad. It's going to be another icing. Stoppage of play. Shots on goal are 22-15 in favor of Grand Rapids. They dominated that second period. I mean, Warroad still won the period. They scored a goal, the only goal in that period, but I felt like Grand Rapids really dominated that second period.
And I think Orchard has kept Warroad in this game big time.
Orchard is by far the player of the game so far for Warroad. Shot there by number 5, Blake Norris. On net, saved there by Pilkington.
You know, and the one goal that Sky Sovic, the goal he scored, that was a beauty. It was a one-time shot, immediately quick shot. You know, sometimes your goalie can't do nothing about that stuff. And when they do make a save, they call it the save of the game.
Play continues here in the Grand Rapids zone. Intercepted there, shot, poke checked away by the goaltender Pilkington. Here's Peart now for Grand Rapids. Over to Young. Easton Young driving in. Shot there. Doesn't go on net. Peart back up at the point. Young will keep it in. Now on the near side, here's Norris. Now Kerr had it there momentarily. Now Comstock's going to come in and pick it up. Now up to Shagabe. Shagabe at center ice, poked away by Peart. Now Peart deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Over to Young. Now up to Holcomb, tips it in. Behind the Warroad net. On the near side. Warroad comes away with it. Here's number 8, Sky Solig. Solig driving in. Over on the far side. Now along the backboards. A battle for it now. And Holcomb comes away with it for the Thunderhawks. Holcomb driving in, trying to get a shot on net. Doesn't get a shot off there. Here comes Warroad the other way. Picked up by Povesen. Now at center ice. And shot in by Warroad deep in the zone. Back behind the net. Here's Morquay. Over to Sam Sturl. Now up to Bonner. Bonner sends it out up to Henry Sturl. Now back over to Bonner. Trying to send it out front. Hits a stick. Goes up and out of play. Stoppage of play with 14:49 remaining in period 3.
Well, Blake, this game, it seems like it's opened up a little bit wider this period. We got long passes. Not none of that short, quick passes. They're trying to do the fast break, getting things going. Rapids really trying to get back in this one right now.
Face off to the right of goaltender Orchard. Here's DeMars picking it up. DeMars behind the net now. Over on the far side. Puck goes behind the net now. Bonner. Now the Warriors come away with it. And they flip it out to neutral. Here's Young now back in the Grand Rapids zone over to Peart. Peart skates up with it. Up to Young. Young driving into the net. Can't get a shot there. And now Warroad's going to send it all the way down. Another icing. 14-14 remaining in period 3. 2-0 in favor of Warroad.
No, good hockey. You know, I got a message sent to me, and I believe this. The late Scotty Kleinendorf, he used to preach not to dump and chase. Regroup, set up, and bring it in with force. And thank you, Jason, for sending me that, because I remember Scotty said that before, and I think that that's a good hockey thing. I've never been a fan of dump and chase.
Young tipped out on net there. And Warroad once again sends it all the way down. Grand Rapids off to a pretty good start here in this third period. That's the 4th icing for Warroad, so Grand Rapids kind of has Warroad on their heels right now.
They do. They're playing good. They just need to get that open man, get that direct shot. A lot of their shots are coming from goal line down along the outside of the face-off circles.
Over in the far corner in the Warroad zone, a battle for it. Still battling here. 2-on-2 battle. Now comes out to the Warriors, Shagabe. Now sent behind the net over to the near side now. Along the half wall up to the point. Drotz over to Young. Falls down, gets a shot, goes wide. Peart keeps it in at the point. Now intercepted by Carson Reed. In the Grand Rapids zone, here's Peart. Over to Del Greco. Del Greco driving up now, trying to make a move. Still has it, puts a little backhand shot on. Another save there for Orchard. Shots on goal, 25-16 in favor of Grand Rapids.
You know, Del Greco's getting better every game, too. That was nice. He got the puck and was able to carry the puck through like that. That was really nice. Just can't get a clean shot.
Face off of the Warroad zone to the right of Orchard. Over on the far side now, along the half wall. And it's going to be slapped out by Sky Solig. All the way in the Grand Rapids zone. Up to the point now. Mortensen will flip it out. Warroad is once again going to send it all the way down for an icing. That's the 5th icing against Warroad here in this third period.
Yeah, Grand Rapids just playing good. They kind of got him going a little bit. Wade Chido's going to call Braden Holcomb over and talk to him a little bit, kind of set something up. I think Grand Rapids is playing smart. It's nice to see Blaine Mortensen out there digging hard. He's earned this. Playing really hard. First trip he had out there, he hustled, got a little body contact in there, ain't scared to get physical.
Shot there. Quick save for the goaltender, Orchard. Yeah, Mortensen, he's one of the wings for the first line. Hunter Bischoff and Braden Holcomb.
Yeah, you know, being your younger brother, you're probably glad the way his physically is. He probably doesn't get physical with you. You know, he's really strong on his skates.
Of course, Del Greco went down to the second line. Out front, Morquay trying to put the shot on net there. Morquay in the far corner now, sends it behind the net. On the near side now. Holcomb flips it up. Now up at the point, tipped in by Sam Sturl over in the far corner. Nice play there by Bischoff. He keeps it in with his glove. Down to Mortensen on net there. Another save for Orchard. Holcomb to the point to Sturl. Shot doesn't get through traffic. Now Bonner hits the skate of number 5. Blake Norris doesn't get on net. Another shot blocked away by number 9 or number 8, Sky Solig. Now it's going to be sent up by Pilkington up to Bischoff. And once again sent out by Warroad. Here's Sturl. Back to Young. Young through center ice. Now over to Bonner. Bonner to Young. Shot! Another save there for Orchard. The Thunderhawks cannot solve the senior goaltender, Jack Orchard, for Warroad.
I said it earlier, Blake, and I mean it. You watch Jack. He plays out. He cuts the angle down. But when he gets back in the net like he's standing right now, the net is open. They need to hit the open spots, not him.
DeMar's coming in now. Another save for Orchard there. Now a penalty coming up on Warroad. Power play for Grand Rapids.
Yeah, good. You know, I mean, that's the second time Easton's been taken down hard like that with a trip. And this one was called, you know, the one thing that stinks and it hurts, when you come down on that stick, you've had it. Easton came down on both his hands. He was shaking his hands a little bit. When you come down and that stick slams on your hand still, it still stings.
Power play for Grand Rapids. Holcomb, Del Greco, and Bischoff out there. Shot scores! Jack Peart makes it 2-1, 3 seconds into the power play.
And that was all Braden Holcomb winning that faceoff. Puck brought back to Jack Peart. Excellent faceoff, but that was a legitimate win. Brought that straight back to Jack. Jack took 2 steps to the left and let it fly. Beautiful goal. Just a matter of time before Grand Rapids, got by Orchard. I said it, Blake. When he's out, you can't see the net. He's a big goalie. But when he's back in there, he's leaving holes everywhere.
2-1, Warroad now. Grand Rapids finally gets on the board here in this third period.
So I seen that right. The faceoff was brought back right from Braden Holcomb straight back to Jack Pearson, unless there's something happened in between there I didn't see.
Well, was Del Greco not centering?
No, Braden Holcomb took the faceoff.
Well, the official announcement, Jack Peart scoring the goal with Del Greco with the single assist. Time to goal was 6 minutes of the third period. Here comes Peart the other way.
They'll change that.
But quite the atmosphere here. You should have heard the crowd.
Yes.
I mean, you're here.
Yes.
It was electric when they scored.
First time all year it's been like that, and that's a big, huge goal. That may be Grand Rapids' biggest goal of their year so far, is getting back in this game. The next goal was going to be huge either way. But, remember that other game on the power play, and even, they had switched a couple times where Braden Holcomb was taking the face-offs instead of Del Greco's the center, but they had switched. Braden Holcomb won that face-off, brought it back to Sam Sterro right there. Nice on these face-offs.
Puck goes up and out of play. Stoppage of play here. 9:59 remaining in period 3. It's a brand new hockey game, 2-1.
It is.
In favor of Warroad.
And we got Blaine Mortensen back out there on that number 1 line skating right now, filling a spot out there. And good hustle, good physical play. Eager to get one, I'm sure.
Here's Morquay. Up to Mortensen, flips it in. Over in the near corner now. Now the Warriors pick it up. They send it out. It'll be shot right back in by Morquay. Bischoff up to Sam Sturl. Now back to Bischoff. Back up to the point. Here's Sturl. Shot on net. Nice tip there out front by Holcomb. When the puck went just wide. Now on the near side, a battle for it. Here's Carson Reed, sends it off the glass. And Warroad will backhand it out. Here's Solig. In the Grand Rapids zone. Over to Morquay now. Morquay off the boards. Up to Bonner. Now Bischoff trying to pick it up. On the near side, near corner, battle for it. 8:50 remaining in period 3. 2-1 in favor of Warroad. Shots on goal 32-16 in favor of Grand Rapids. Play in the Grand Rapids zone, tipped out by DeMars. And sent all the way back in by Warroad. Here's Peart now coming in to pick it up. Sends it behind the net, over to the far side. Now puck goes to neutral. Slapped right back in by number 12, Jack Kotlowski. Here's Peart now driving up with it. Now Warroad's going to backhand it right back out to center ice. Peart once again. Back to Easton Young. Over to Peart. Up to Bonner now. Peart once again. To the point. Young. Shot hits the stick of number 2. Emmett Marvin goes up and out of play. Hits the netting.
You tell me that at that center line, Hayden DeMars, John Bonner, they could not. They had no puck luck. The puck literally bounced over each one of their sticks. And if they'd have got it, they could have had a 3-on-1.
Face off in the Warroad zone over on the near side now. Picked up by the Warriors. Sent off the glass, gloved and kept in by Morquay there momentarily. Now here comes Foster for the Warriors. Foster driving in. Now Carson Reed scores for the Warriors. That was actually Seja Norwegian, number 39. That'll make it 3-1. Warroad with 7:37 remaining in period 3.
You know, when he got the puck and he walked in, I thought, do not let him shoot. He was going to pass. He made that one last little move, and beautiful shot. I don't think Pelkington up over the top of his glove, just missed it. Popped the back of the net pretty good. Grand Rapids down 3. Shots 32-17, 7:36 left in the game. Have to see what Grand Rapids can come back and do.
So scoring the goal was Seja Norwegian, number 39. I did not get the assist on that goal. Time of the goal is 9:23, I believe. Here comes Del Greco for Grand Rapids. 3-1 Warroad now. Del Greco with it. To Morquay at the point. Morquay. Shot scores! Grand Rapids gets back within 1 goal. with 6:59 remaining in period 3.
That was an excellent play by Joey Del Greco. He got the puck in his own zone. He crossed the blue line, the red line, the blue line. He had no one to pass it to. Warroad had his other players. They were all covered. He brought it in. He skated into the zone, stopped at the face-off circle, and he dropped it back to Marquay. Marquay let a blast. He didn't take a slot. He did a nice wrist shot, popped it on the back of the net. Grand Rapids back 3-2.
Morquay with the goal, number 15. Single assist to number 10, Joey Del Greco. Time of the goal was 10:01 of the third period. Back to a one-goal game. Peart at the point, over to Young. Shot goes wide. Now Holcomb picks it up to Peart at the point. Now Warroad's going to send it all the way down for an icing with 6:14 remaining in period 3.
No, Grand Rapids got to keep this up. They've been doing short shifts, excellent shift. The way he juggled the lines up, got in there. Blaine Mortensen's playing well, got in there and kind of helping out, digging hard. Hayden DeMars is back skating on the line between Henry Sterl and John Bonner. Just changing chemistry up is really starting to help.
Here's Carson Reed for Warroad. Has Bonner pressuring. Now the Warriors are able to send it out. Shot in by Emmett Marvin, number 2. Play at neutral, sent up by DeMars. In the World zone, DeMars with a backhand shot. Glove save for the goaltender Orchard.
You know, they get excited and they get rid of the puck real quick. I think right there would have been better off if Hayden would have just taken the puck and skated up into the zone. It was just him and another defenseman, but I think he thought that Kerr was going to break on it. Henry Sterl, was going to break. So
Scores! Justin Kerr ties it up at 3 apiece right off the face-off.
And I'm curious to see who took that face-off. I believe it's probably going to be Joey Melquist. Listen to me. Got behind myself a few years. Del Greco, excellent play. That's what I talk about, keeping the puck on the ice. I hate it when the puck goes over the net. Keep it on the ice. We got a 3-3 hockey game, folks. 5:46 left in this game. Grand Rapids has been tested. They came back. Now here the test starts. They need to play defense. They need to stay smart. Warroad's still tough. They're going to come hard. Grand Rapids just has to play smart.
Game of the year right here so far, I think, Eric.
Oh, I'm not going to disagree with you.
Here comes Del Greco the other way for Grand Rapids. Shot on there. And Kerr puts a shot on there as well. Another shot, and Orchard's able to control the rebound there, covers it up. I didn't get the assist on the goal. That was actually my fault. I wasn't paying attention. But
you know what? I'm pretty sure that looking out, that the only centerman on the ice at that point was Del Greco. So he drew it back to Kerr. Kerr was he was at the high face-off circle, standing between the defenseman and the Joey Del Greco, got the puck to him, directly shot it, kept it on the ice. I preach that. Keep the puck on the ice.
Mortensen sends it to the net. Got blocked away by Warroad. Now play at neutral. It's going to be brought in by number 9, Luke Johnson. Grand Rapids picks it up. Here's Peart driving up with it now. Jack Peart, number 23. Now play back to neutral. Here's Young. Shoots it in. Deep in the zone. Here's Comstock now. Sends it behind the net over to the far side to Blake Norris. The boards. Here's Young. Shot right on. Trying to get another shot. Was unable to. Sorry. Apologize to the viewers out front there. Apologize to the viewers. I'm not having my best game doing play-by-play.
Just fine, Blake. You're good at what you do.
Yep, you have it. You have games like that here and there. Here's Bischoff for Grand Rapids. Driving in. Gets it poked away now. Here comes Warroad. They flip it out to center ice. Here's Sturl. Back to Morquay. Morquay sends it through neutral. Now here's Carson Reed back in the Warroad zone. Matt Hard now sends it all the way into the Grand Rapids zone. Here's Morquay. Morquay driving up with it. Shot. Flex off the stick. Goes wide. .343 remaining in period 3. Another shot there by Morquay.
Oof.
Saved by the senior goaltender Orchard. Here's Sam Sturl for Grand Rapids. Up to Bonner. Bonner can't handle it. It's going to be shot all the way down by the Warriors. Breaking the action. 3:23 remaining in period 3. 3-3.
Grand Rapids going with these quick line changes has 100% has Warroad back on their heels a little bit. Warroad, I don't expect 3:23 left in the game. They're not done by any means. They're going to come out 3-3 score, 39-17 shots in favor of the Thunderhawks.
So Joey Del Greco got the assist on that last goal for Grand Rapids to tie it up at 3. He has 3 assists here this afternoon.
And you know what? That was another face-off. One.
Here's Del Greco, number 10. Warroad pokes it out. Foster trying to pick it up now at neutral. He will come away with it. Here comes Foster. Backhand on net. Trying to find Shagabe. Can't connect. Over on the far side now. Play at neutral. Sent in by Warroad once again. Now battle for it at the blue line. Still battling. Hand passed out by Kerr. You could do that. You could do that in your own zone, and he sends it all the way down.
He pushed him to the ground. He couldn't get up.
Play back at neutral. That should be an icing.
That's an icing call.
It was way before the red line.
That's the third time that referee's missed that icing call.
Play back at neutral here. Battle for it. Still battling now. 2:08 remaining in period 3. Here's Bischoff. Sends it up. Now Mortensen comes in. Plays the puck behind the net. Now Mortensen loses it to Comstock, number 25. Here comes Warroad up the ice. It's knocked in by Luke Erickson. Here's a breakaway for Brandon Holcomb. All alone shot. Rebound for number 12, Hunter Bischoff. A couple big saves for Orchard.
Save of the game. That was a save of the game.
For sure. Minute 29 remaining in period 3. Better buckle up. This is going to be a roller coaster of a final. Minute 22 in period 3 here. Here's DeMars driving up with it. Sends it in. Flipped right back out by Warroad. It's going to go up and out of play. And a stoppage of play. Minute 12. Here we go, Eric. 3-3.
I see coaches get upset about bad calls. That's the third time I've seen Wade Chido get really upset about not an icing call. It was clearly icing. He touched the puck 5 feet. He tipped it 5 feet on his own side of the red line. It should have been icing. Here's the deal with these games. I want to see a good hockey game. I don't want to see a referee make you miss calls, but be consistent, not 3 in one game.
Play continues here in the Warroad zone. Drotch trying to send it over to the net. Now here's Kerr. 1 minute remaining in the final period of play here. Tied up at 3 apiece. Now in the near corner. Kerr comes away with it. Sends it out. Shot there. Drott scores! 46 seconds remaining. And that makes it 4-3 in favor of Grand Rapids.
You know what? I just was going to say when you were done talking, they cannot quit digging. They have to keep digging. I said it earlier, they had Warroad back on their heels. They cannot stop digging. Excellent, excellent hockey right now by the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Now Coach Jay Hardwick, he has something to say to the referee. He wants to hear something. I'm not going to say the referees missed calls just towards Grand Rapids. They have missed calls both ways all game long. And we talked about this, you don't want to dig on a referee, but when something's obvious, it's just wrong.
If I was Jay Hardwick right now, I would call a timeout.
Most definitely. But you know what? Here's the deal. You might not want to. Because the momentum, they get that urge. I expect to hear one here in a few.
Once again, scoring the goal was number 17, Garrett Drotz. First assist to number 16, Justin Kerr. Second assist to number 5, Easton Young. Time of the goal was 16:14 of the third period.
And here's something about that timeout right now. Jay Hardwick don't need to call that because here's the gig. He's got his number one line out there. These kids just got on the ice. He wants them to get momentum going, pull the goalie. That's what he's looking for right now.
Shot in by Easton Young. Grand Rapids has to retreat. They were offside. Now here comes Warroad. 25 seconds remaining in period 3 as it's shot in by Carson Reed. Now here's Foster driving to the net. Foster will put a shot. Blocked away by Grand Rapids. Here's Holcomb now. Flips it all the way down. Empty net for Warroad.
That's not going to make it, is it?
It's not. No. 5 seconds remaining. It's going to be shot down. One last shot from the other end. And Grand Rapids gets a huge victory here from the IRA Civic Center. Wow, Eric. Game of the year here on Up North Hockey so far. 4-3 final. Grand Rapids over Warroad.
Yeah, excellent effort. You know what? When it was 3-1, I've seen it in this arena so many times. Seen it with Grand Rapids teams. Man, I'm telling you, I said, can they score 3 goals to win this game? I said, can they? They scored a goal. As that thought was in my head, walking out of that thought, they scored that second goal. They did not quit. I give them kudos. Great coaching. I know that there were some calls both ways. Chido's getting explained that right now. You know what? If he's on the tail end of this loss, I guarantee you it's a different conversation going on right now. But excellent job to Grand Rapids. They played well. I give it kudos. Blaine Mortensen stepped in and skated his butt off. He worked hard. He was behind the net. Braden Holcomb. You know what? I don't think I'm seeing things, but I know number 9 was on that faceoff because when he won the draw, I made the comment to myself, wow, what a nice draw he just had right there. That was the way he pulled the puck back and was able to get it to Jack Peart. That was amazing. That was excellent. Yep. So I just, we'll find out if it gets changed. If not, we can ask him. But I think that the way this game's was played and the things going on, I think Mr. Garrett Drotz, the way he played hard all game, excellent game for him. Joey Del Greco, excellent hockey game. Braden Holcomb, excellent hockey game. Again, Jack Peart, excellent hockey game. Easton Young, man, it was all over. Rim Marquay, the defensemen, the defense for Grand Rapids did their job, did what their reputation was. So excellent team effort here for Grand Rapids. Let's say your last minute words here, Blake, and let's go before people scatter out of here. Let's go down and we'll give our player award to somebody.
Yeah, what a hockey game, Eric.
Oh my gosh.
What a hockey game. Game of the year, by far.
It reminds me, without the crowd in here, a Duluth East Grand Rapids game back in the day. Goal here, goal there, goal here, goal here. At the end of the game is what you're waiting for. To me, right now, the way this game was played out, it could have went anyway. Warroad, they played awesome. The way they come out. But one thing Grand Rapids did, and I noticed it showed Jack Peart his ability to shut down Warroad's number 1 scorer. Talented with the hands, talented with the puck. Jack Peart, at the end of the game, did you see the way Jack didn't panic? He got the puck over there and just kind of pushed it towards the boards. Yep. He didn't panic. He just took it and kind of placed it where it needed to be. So that was really impressive. I like to see that. I want to see more of it. So good game for Grand Rapids. I hope they figured out, the thing is they can beat anybody right now.
Just like to thank our sponsors really quick: the Rink Sports Grill, Iron Range Apparel, Minnesota Twist Drill, G&B Environmental, Anthony's Heating, AC and Refrigeration, Winnie Trading Post, and 90 Degree Media. Also visit our website, upnorthhockey.com, for all kinds of information on high school hockey and our company. So that's going to do it for our broadcast here this afternoon. You know, just a great hockey game here. Like I said numerous times, game of the year by far. We actually had an atmosphere here, a little bit here in the IRA Civic Center. A few more fans. It was electric in here when Grand Rapids scored. It was absolutely electric when they scored to get within one goal and get within one goal again, then tie it up, and then to take the lead 4-3 final here this afternoon.
You know what, Blake? That's why I didn't give up doing one when I found out my radio thing, because I moved, was going to stop, and I come on with Up North Hockey. This is why I do this. Yep. Because of games like this, I hope I could help the fans back up in Warroad, Grand Rapids, wherever you watch from, to see the game, you know, through what you don't see on the video. So I appreciate everybody for working in. Hunter Hillman, thank you very much for running the camera. You don't know how much it means to me to have you run that camera, because I hate running the camera and doing color at the same time. And so with that, Blake, I think we better get down. I appreciate everybody for turning in again, watching us. Our next broadcast probably won't be,
well, a couple broadcasts tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, but I'm talking high school hockey is because next week we won't. Duluth East is in Heritage. My Nine's doing the game here in Grand Rapids against Hermantown on Thursday, and then Cloquet here, and it's just not fitting our schedule right at the moment. We all got obligations, so it'd be one game that we won't do. But if we could find some way to figure it out, we will. We'll keep everybody notified what's going on. But otherwise, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm Eric. I'll turn it back over to Blake.
Yeah, stay tuned for our next broadcast. Tomorrow stay tuned to our social media platforms for the games we're doing tomorrow. A couple youth games here in Grand Rapids. And Randy will be up in International Falls doing a Bantam game. So stay tuned for that. For Eric, I'm Blake. We thank everyone for tuning in here this afternoon. Once again, our final score, it's the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks 4 and the Warroad Warriors 3 in a thrilling victory here at the IRA Civic Center. Have a good day, everyone.